Now, let me expand on this matter a little bit. Let me digress a little bit, or I would say, let me expand, not even digress. For example, let us consider fishermen in India, fishermen in the west coast, fishermen in the east coast, fishermen in the northeast, and fishermen of the northwest. Now, what are the differences here? Now, let us look at it very objectively. India is a temperate, very sunny, hot country. And it rains very regularly. India is dependent on the monsoons to survive for its water requirements. And when the monsoons come, they come in torrents. Now, you can't expect the same relationship to be existing with a fisherman in Iceland or in the Atlantic or in the Pacific Ocean or in the Atlantic Ocean or somewhere in Gabon or in Nigeria or in South Africa, because the temperatures are different. The ocean temperatures are different. So, when you look at it, it is not poverty that it is angling like that. It is a situation in which you operate that has to be considered. For example, I was telling you about a fisherman. Now let us look at a fisherman working in Chennai. And what happens in Chennai? Chennai is hot, terribly hot during the summer, and we are jokingly say we have only 3 seasons in Tamil Nadu, but it's hot, hotter and hottest. When we can jokingly say that, the fishermen cannot do anything other than wear shorts or loincloths. Today, people are moving into shorts. Very few people are wearing loincloths. But there are fishermen in the south who still use small catamarans in which they tie a loincloth and they go around fishing. Now, why is the reason? Why are they so dark? They are working in the sun. The sun beats down very powerfully during the summer. And even in the winter, it is still hot in the sea. The sea is not like the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic, but it is very cold. It is not chill. Even the water is not chilly enough, I would say, when compared to Pacific Ocean or to. We can swim. If capabilities are there in the Bay of Bengal, supposed to be peak winter of Tamil Nadu, which is in December and January, which you cannot do even in the peak of summer in the west. So is it poverty, or is it the structure of the job or the possibility of doing a particular job in a particular environment? Fishermen in India do not use ACs because it's very expensive for the smaller fishermen to have a big motorboat with a lot of facilities which they put ACs in, for which they have bigger fishermen who have bigger trawlers, who have all these facilities. But an average Indian fisherman cannot afford all these facilities. Today, the only facility he has is that he has a Yamaha motor which he uses to power his boat towards the sea. That is the only facility he has, which he uses also, because for him it is not traveling all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, that is Antarctic Ocean, to fish. He's got enough fish in the Bay of Bengal, in the Indian Ocean. We are covered we are a peninsula. We have 3 areas covered. We have the Indian Ocean, then we have the Bay of Bengal, then we have the Arabian Sea. When you're covered with ocean, the fish are plentifully available, and they are available, and we have areas marked. Beyond this thing, it becomes international. Beyond this, it becomes to Sri Lanka. Beyond this, it goes down to, say, Burma. There are so many restrictions. So they fish within those limits. And those areas during summer is extremely hot. Even in winter, if you look at it, if you look at Gujarat or if you look at Maharashtra, the weather is not cold as you can imagine in the West. Now the West does not understand India, because the only thing they learn about India, even you go to the West, is, do you still have elephants walking on the road? Do you have tigers moving around the streets? Do you have snake charmers? Because what their historical perspective given about India is snake charmers, Maharajas, elephants, and tigers. They don't understand what is happening in India. The development that is taking place so fast. Very few people in the West know about it. But we have Indians who support those attitudes of the West. The same historical, I would say, Victorian age thinking still pervades a few sections of the society, making India a very difficult part, supposed to be still a poverty stricken, still a what you call a place where you do not have leaders, where you don't have technical capabilities. These are the few aspects which need to be corrected. And therefore, there is ecosystem which is working towards demeaning India. Because we do not take the right history to the world. The world has stagnated with regard to India with the 1920s. When the 1920s, when the when the history was presented by the British, it ended there. They just kept it just like that. They have stopped developing on the thinking of the historical development of India. After 1947, nobody is learning about India. No. Therefore, India is changing. People have to understand that India is not snake charmers, they are not elephants, they are not tigers on the road. There are people who are working in high technical capabilities. I'll come to that later, what we have achieved over a period of time. Over the past 75 years, how much India has grown, how much India has contributed to the world, how much India has developed. A lot of things is happening and it will continue to happen and will continue to grow. Therefore, the point which I am trying to say is, let us get rid of that ecosystem, the British way of thinking that India cannot do what the West can do or challenge the world. China has proved itself, India is capable of proving itself, and unless we fight that ecosystem which tries to demean Indians per se, which still treats India as a land of loincloths and tigers and elephants and snake charmers, unless we Indians join our hands together and fight that ecosystem which is trying to destroy the fabric of India, keeping still what was there in 1815, talking about Macaulay, we still talk about Macaulay's talk, we still talk about Warren Hastings, we still talk about others. When we have to get out of that system, they were using the India for a particular purpose and they left India in the lurch. Today, throw them out. They ruled India. Today they are out. They do not exist today. And when we have that kind of power within ourselves, when 75 years we are challenging the world, we are now the 5th largest economy, growing into the 4th largest economy in a short time, and next we are going to become the 3rd largest economy by another couple of years. Think about it. Fight this ecosystem. Fight those people who are trying to demean India. Fight those people who are trying to break up India, keeping the 1850s records of the missionaries and their thought processes. Kill them. Kill the idea. Not the people, I'm sorry. Kill the idea which they are trying to spread. The idea should be that we are Indians. We can stand up together. We can fight that ecosystem which does not accept India as a growing, developed nation. We are there. We can prove it. We have proved it time and again. We have the largest today, the world's largest service centers. We service the world with regard to computers. We service the world with regard to personal action, with regard to intercommunication with people who want to service their computers. Wipro, I repeat, Wipro, TCS, Infosys, they are so big. They are some of the largest challengers in the world for service-oriented activities in the world. So I think we are there. Let us take it forward, and I'm sure we can beat the world shortly. Thank you.